Jupiter retrograde is a significant astrological event that holds profound implications for personal and collective growth. Jupiter begins its retrograde motion in the steadfast sign of Taurus from October 9, 2024, to February 4, 2025. This retrograde, occurring in the earthy and grounded sign of Taurus, encourages a slow, deliberate approach to both spiritual and material matters. While retrogrades are often seen as times of delay or reflection, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus offers a unique opportunity for deep internal growth, reassessment of values, and reconsideration of long-term goals. It is essential to note that these interpretations are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. Before delving into the specific effects of Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, it is important to understand the nature of both Jupiter and the sign of Taurus. Jupiter, often referred to as the Great Benefic, symbolizes growth, expansion, wisdom, and abundance. It governs philosophy, higher learning, spirituality, and opportunities for personal and material growth. When direct, Jupiter's energy promotes outward expansion, be it through career opportunities, financial gain, or intellectual and spiritual pursuits. Taurus, on the other hand, is an earth sign ruled by Venus. It represents stability, sensuality, comfort, and material security. Taurus is associated with the things we value most, such as money, possessions, and physical comforts, as well as our connection to the earth and nature. Taurus seeks peace, security, and a sense of rootedness. Its energy is slow, deliberate, and deeply connected to the physical world, making it the perfect sign for reviewing and reconsidering the things that provide us with a sense of security and comfort. When Jupiter retrogrades in Taurus, the expansive and optimistic energy of Jupiter is redirected inward, compelling us to reflect on how we pursue material wealth, comfort, and security in our lives. Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus calls for a reassessment of how we approach wealth, security, and personal values. This period is less about outward growth and more about taking a step back to evaluate what truly matters. The themes of this retrograde revolve around financial stability, the pursuit of comfort, and reevaluating what we hold dear. Rather than expanding outward, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus emphasizes introspection, allowing us to re-examine the foundation of our lives, particularly in terms of financial stability and material possessions. This transit is likely to bring about a period of reevaluation in areas related to money, investments, property, and personal security. Investments or financial plans may come under review, and there could be delays or reconsideration in these areas. It's a time to think carefully before making large purchases or investments, as Jupiter's retrograde can bring unforeseen challenges that might affect the stability of financial decisions. This period urges us to examine our attachment to material possessions. Are we clinging to things that no longer serve us? Are our financial goals aligned with our personal values? These are the kinds of questions that arise during Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus, providing us with the opportunity to reassess and realign our material goals with our spiritual and emotional needs. One of the key features of any Jupiter retrograde is the slowing down of external growth. With Jupiter retrograding in the slow and steady sign of Taurus, this energy is magnified. During this retrograde, it's crucial to embrace the slow pace rather than resist it. Instead of pushing forward with new projects or seeking immediate results, this is a time to reflect on past actions and decisions, particularly in relation to your financial and material world. Taurus values consistency and sustainability, so during this retrograde, you may find that progress comes more slowly or that you're required to revisit old plans or strategies to ensure they are truly stable and grounded. Jupiter retrograde in Taurus is a powerful time to reassess long-term goals, especially those related to financial stability and material security. As Jupiter governs growth and expansion, when it retrogrades, it provides an opportunity to reflect on whether the goals we've been pursuing are still aligned with our values and needs. This period encourages deep introspection regarding the direction of your life and whether you're truly on the right path to achieving long-term security and happiness. Taurus is a sign that values comfort and stability, so during this retrograde, it's important to consider whether your current pursuits are providing these things. Jupiter retrograde offers a chance to realign your goals with your current values and needs. Another key theme of Jupiter retrograde in Taurus is emotional security. Taurus is not only concerned with material wealth but also with emotional comfort and stability. During this retrograde, you may find yourself reconsidering what truly brings you a sense of peace and comfort. It's a time to focus on nurturing yourself and ensuring that your life is built on a foundation that supports both your physical and emotional needs. While Jupiter is often associated with outward expansion, its retrograde motion is a time for inward growth and spiritual reflection. In Taurus, this growth is connected to the earth, nature, and the simple pleasures of life. Jupiter retrograde in Taurus encourages us to slow down, reconnect with nature, and find joy in the present moment. It's a time to cultivate inner peace and contentment, rather than constantly seeking external validation or success. To accurately assess the impact of these transits, it is crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign offers insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you will emotionally respond to these changes. Take into account the position of your current Mahadasha Lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current dasha period. This transit may manifest differently for each individual, and how they navigate this transit will depend on their personal charts. A more precise understanding of the impact of this transit can be gained by examining Jupiter's Ashtakavarga score in Taurus. Keep in mind that the effects of this transit are contingent on Jupiter's interaction with the planets in individual birth charts. It's also worth noting that individuals currently experiencing the influence of Jupiter's dasha periods may feel the effects of this transit more intensely. To understand how this transit may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses it transits, let's delve into those specifics. For Aries, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus will have significant implications, especially in the areas of finances, family dynamics, and personal health. This retrograde affects the second house for Aries individuals, governing wealth, family, speech, and values. With Jupiter ruling the 9th house of luck, higher learning, and spirituality, and the 12th house of expenses, foreign connections, and isolation, the retrograde motion emphasizes revisiting and reassessing these areas. Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, the second house, will bring a strong focus on finances. The retrograde motion slows down the usual expansive energy of Jupiter, pushing you to adopt a more cautious approach to your resources. You may experience unexpected expenses, making it essential to manage your savings and investments wisely. While Aries individuals are known for their bold and adventurous spirit, this period requires a more deliberate approach to finances, especially with Rahu transiting the 12th house in Pisces, amplifying confusion and uncertainty in money matters. Rahu in the 12th house can lead to draining expenditures, perhaps on luxury items or unplanned expenses related to foreign travel or spiritual pursuits. The influence of Jupiter retrograde in the second house urges you to preserve your wealth and avoid impulsive financial decisions. With Saturn also retrograding in your 11th house of income and gains, both of your key money houses are under retrograde influence, indicating that your bank balance may take a hit during this period. It is a time to focus on saving rather than spending. Long-term investments should be considered carefully, and you may find it beneficial to review your financial portfolio and make adjustments. If you have money tied up in the stock market, expect slower growth during these months. However, any money lent out to family or friends could return to you during this period, offering some relief. Jupiter retrograde in the second house also brings a reassessment of family dynamics and values. This transit may lead to disagreements with family members, especially related to finances or differing views on important matters. The second house governs not only money but also speech and communication, so it is crucial to approach conversations with patience and thoughtfulness during this period. Disagreements could arise, particularly with those close to you, as Jupiter retrograde can highlight contrasting values. There may be challenges in relationships with family members, and maintaining harmony will require open, respectful communication. While there might be moments of friction, this retrograde also offers an opportunity to strengthen family bonds by addressing underlying issues and finding common ground. Jupiter retrograde encourages you to be mindful of your words, as speech is a key element of the second house. Thoughtless or harsh comments may lead to misunderstandings, so it is advisable to think before you speak. Using your words to build rather than destroy relationships will help maintain peace and respect within your family circle. Health is another important area impacted by this retrograde. Aries individuals may become lazy or negligent about their diet and exercise routines, which can lead to digestive problems or other health-related issues. Jupiter's retrograde energy tends to slow down the motivation for physical activity, and this lack of attention to your health could cause issues like indigestion or weight gain. It is crucial to maintain a balanced and healthy lifestyle during this period. Paying attention to your diet and incorporating regular exercise will help prevent potential health problems. The second house also relates to the throat and voice, so watch out for issues in these areas, especially if you are prone to throat infections or voice strain. Jupiter's retrograde motion emphasizes healing and introspection. With Ketu transiting the 6th house of health, enemies, and daily routines, there may be opportunities to focus on alternative healing methods, such as massage therapy, energy work, or other holistic practices. If you have been dealing with health issues over the past year, this period may offer the chance to finally heal and recover. Some Aries individuals might take a break from work due to health concerns, which could also impact their finances, as discussed earlier. Jupiter's aspect on the 10th house of career, status, and public image during its retrograde motion signals a period of reflection on professional matters. If you are in a contract or temporary role, there may be uncertainty about the future, as this transit can indicate the end of certain professional agreements. You may need to search for new job opportunities, especially if your career or job is not stable. For those in business, the next few months may be quieter than usual, allowing time to reevaluate strategies and improve inner resources such as creativity, patience, and determination. Taurus, the sign of material wealth, also represents inner wealth, qualities like self-worth, perseverance, and resilience. This retrograde offers a chance to build and strengthen these internal qualities, which can lead to professional growth in the long run. Jupiter, as the ruler of the 9th house, also brings focus to spiritual growth and higher learning. Its retrograde in the 2nd house suggests a time of inner reflection on your values and beliefs. This is a period where you may reassess what truly matters to you and how you can align your spiritual goals with your material pursuits. With Jupiter ruling the 12th house, the house of isolation and letting go, this retrograde phase also offers a chance for spiritual healing and introspection. You may feel drawn to reconnect with your spiritual side, engage in meditation, or explore alternative healing practices. Healing through spiritual means could be a powerful theme during this period, allowing you to gain clarity and peace of mind. Overall, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus offers Aries individuals a period of introspection, especially regarding finances, family, health, and spiritual growth. While there may be challenges, particularly in managing money and maintaining harmony in relationships, this retrograde also provides an opportunity for growth and healing. By being mindful of your spending, communicating with care, and taking time to focus on your well-being, you can navigate this period with greater awareness and purpose. When Jupiter retrogrades in Taurus in your 1st house, it brings a profound period of introspection and self-evaluation, particularly focusing on personal identity, goals, and life purpose. Taurus, a sign known for its stability, persistence, and material focus, will feel the impact of Jupiter's retrograde deeply in areas relating to how they present themselves to the world, how they work toward their ambitions, and their overall sense of self-worth. Jupiter rules the 8th and 11th houses for Taurus, emphasizing transformations, friendships, and future aspirations. During this retrograde, it's crucial to approach personal growth with caution and patience, as the results may be slow to manifest. The transit initiates a period where your workplace dynamics may become challenging. Jupiter's retrograde motion in the 1st house suggests that you might find yourself at odds with your colleagues or superiors due to differing opinions or new regulations that cause discomfort. These challenges could lead you to make hasty decisions or act against your better judgment, resulting in potential setbacks at work. This is a time to reflect on how you navigate professional obstacles. Patience and diplomacy will be key in handling workplace challenges effectively, as rushing to conclusions could aggravate tensions. Rather than seeking immediate external validation or quick fixes, focus on long-term career strategies that align with your authentic self. In your personal relationships, you may experience tension due to a lack of time and emotional investment. With Jupiter retrograding through your 1st house, you are deeply involved in personal matters, often at the expense of your relationships. The retrograde phase encourages you to reevaluate how you balance personal goals with the needs of your loved ones. It's easy to become absorbed in self-reflection during this transit, but neglecting relationships could lead to misunderstandings and emotional distance. Make it a point to spend quality time with family, friends, and partners, showing them that they are valued, even as you focus on self-improvement. Health is another area that comes under scrutiny during this period. Due to unhealthy routines or a lack of balance in your life, you may face physical or mental health challenges. Jupiter's influence can cause fluctuations in energy levels and well-being, particularly as it rules your 8th house of transformation and healing. This retrograde phase is an opportunity to review your health routines and make necessary changes. Whether it's about improving your diet, exercising more regularly, or addressing emotional stress, focusing on your overall well-being will help mitigate any potential health issues. Investments in self-care, whether through medical treatments, physical fitness, or aesthetic improvements, can bring about transformative results. This period is ideal for healing, not just physically but also emotionally, as you leave behind limiting beliefs or patterns that have hindered your growth. Jupiter's retrograde also asks you to reconsider your life goals and personal ambitions. Since it's happening in your 1st house, this is a time to review your life path, which you are meant to follow. You may find that your ambitions need to be recalibrated, either dialed back if you've been overextending yourself, or ramped up if you've been playing it safe. This is a reflective phase where you are encouraged to value your efforts and recognize the unique contributions you bring to the world. By acknowledging your strengths, you will find that others begin to see your worth more clearly as well. The retrograde also touches on your friendships and social circles. With Jupiter ruling your 11th house of friendships and networks, and Rahu placed there, some of your friendships may challenge you to make significant changes in your life. However, it's essential to approach these changes with caution, as they might not always be in your best interest. Friends or acquaintances could pressure you into decisions that drain your energy and lead you away from your true path. Be mindful of how much influence you allow others to have over your choices during this time. It's better to focus on long-term goals rather than get distracted by short-term rivalries or comparisons with others. The 11th Lord being retrograde in your first house signifies that while your efforts can bring material success, it's important to ensure that your motivations are aligned with your deeper values. Jupiter retrograde is not a time for external validation or quick wins. Progress may feel slower than usual, which could lead to frustration and a temporary sense of dissatisfaction. This is why it's essential to cultivate inner joy and contentment, rather than depending on external achievements for happiness. This phase encourages you to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and actions, offering an opportunity for deep personal growth. It's also a chance to examine your relationship with failure and setbacks. View them as learning opportunities that build resilience rather than obstacles that define your worth. The retrograde will also impact romantic relationships and partnerships, as Jupiter aspects the 5th and 7th houses from Taurus. Communication becomes key in maintaining harmony with your significant other. If you are in a relationship, expect to put in more effort to keep the connection thriving. If you are single, this period may require you to take the initiative in pursuing new relationships, as waiting for others to approach you might not yield results. Don't hesitate to make the first move, as proactive efforts could lead to meaningful connections. Overall, Jupiter retrograde in Taurus is a time for personal evolution. As the planet of growth and expansion moves backward in your first house, you are called to confront and overcome inner obstacles that have previously held you back. This transit is about healing, both emotionally and physically, transforming how you see yourself and your place in the world. Through patience, reflection, and self-care, you can navigate this retrograde successfully and emerge with a clearer sense of direction and inner peace. For Gemini, as Jupiter retrogrades in Taurus, it impacts the 12th house, ruling your 7th house of partnerships and 10th house of career. This transit period is a time for introspection, spiritual growth, and major shifts in your beliefs, relationships, and financial habits. However, it also brings its share of challenges, which can make this retrograde both a time of transformation and caution. The retrograde motion of Jupiter in the 12th house emphasizes a period of spiritual growth and internal work. During this time, it is crucial to slow down and contemplate life's bigger questions. This transit offers an excellent opportunity to delve into spirituality, meditate, and reflect on the direction of your life. The internal work you do now may not be immediately visible to others, but it will profoundly impact your personal growth. As your inner self expands, you will find that you are better equipped to handle challenges with more clarity and patience. Jupiter in retrograde also signifies the need to disconnect from external distractions and focus on your inner world. You might feel the urge to step back from social engagements, personal relationships, or work-related drama. This retreat will allow you to silently prepare for the changes ahead, particularly in your professional and personal life. It's a time for deep reflection and silent planning, laying the groundwork for future decisions without needing external validation. However, with Jupiter retrograding in the 12th house, there could be a narrowing of your thinking ability, and your usual sense of optimism may diminish. You may find yourself second-guessing your decisions, especially in career and relationships. A lack of confidence could lead to delays in progress and cause frustration. This is a time when you might fear failure, making it difficult to take calculated risks. Reading or watching philosophical and motivational material can help counteract this effect. Focusing on practical solutions, rather than allowing your fears to dominate, will be essential. Taking a practical approach to your challenges, whether emotional, financial, or career-related, will help you maintain progress, even if it feels slow. During this time, remember that going slow is not a sign of failure but a necessary part of your growth. Small efforts now can yield significant results in the future. In terms of your career, Jupiter's retrograde motion can bring significant behind-the-scenes developments. As the ruler of your 10th house of career, this retrograde might encourage you to take a step back from the spotlight and reevaluate your professional path. Although you might feel uncertain about the future, it's essential to trust the process. With Rahu in your 10th house, there may be some unpredictability in your professional life, but it's important not to make hasty decisions. Instead, silently prepare for a career move or change that could manifest after this transit. Financially, this period could bring unexpected expenditures, particularly related to health or spiritual practices. You might find yourself spending on intangible experiences like retreats, healing practices, or mental health therapies. These investments, while not immediately gratifying, can bring long-term benefits for your emotional and spiritual well-being. However, Jupiter retrograde can also make you more cautious about where your money goes, helping you curb unnecessary spending on material things. This can lead to a more mindful approach to managing your finances during this period. Saturn's retrograde in your 9th house and Ketu in the 4th house during this period could bring feelings of emotional dissatisfaction or even isolation. You might feel that your emotional needs are not being met by your family or loved ones, leading to stress and anxiety. The combined retrograde energies of Jupiter and Saturn could cause you to feel hopeless about the future, particularly in your personal life. It is crucial to remember that these emotions are temporary, and this period is meant to challenge your inner resilience. The 12th house is also a house of endings, so Jupiter's retrograde may prompt you to let go of outdated beliefs and attachments. This could extend to relationships, especially with Jupiter ruling your 7th house of partnerships. You might find yourself reassessing your marriage or long-term partnerships, questioning whether these relationships still align with your values. Jupiter's retrograde motion could also intensify feelings of emotional distance between you and your partner. If there are unresolved issues, this is the time to have meaningful conversations about the future of your relationship. Although this might be a difficult period, it will ultimately lead to greater clarity in your partnerships. This retrograde transit is also a time for healing. Jupiter's aspect on your 4th house, which relates to home, memories, and emotional security, suggests that you may revisit past experiences or unresolved emotional traumas. Healing these wounds will be crucial for your personal growth during this time. Whether it's through spiritual practices, energy work, or therapeutic methods like yoga or meditation, healing will play a significant role in your journey. In terms of health, mental and emotional well-being will take precedence. You might find yourself investing in holistic practices or spending money on therapies that address internal health, whether mental or physical. Jupiter retrograde in the 12th house also encourages you to let go of negative patterns and release past traumas, though this may be a slow and challenging process. Finally, Jupiter's retrograde motion will prompt you to reassess your beliefs and values. The 12th house governs the subconscious, so during this time, you may find yourself questioning your deeper motivations and spiritual beliefs. This introspection could lead to a transformation in how you view the world and your place in it. Jupiter's aspect on your 8th house further emphasizes transformation and the need to let go of outdated ways of thinking. Overall, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus for Gemini individuals is a time for introspection, spiritual growth, and reassessment. While it brings challenges in confidence, career, and relationships, it also offers profound opportunities for inner healing and transformation. By going slow and focusing on internal work, you can emerge from this period with greater clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. For Cancer, Jupiter's retrograde transit through Taurus, which takes place in your 11th house, brings a mix of opportunities and challenges, primarily affecting your career growth, friendships, finances, and long-term goals. Jupiter governs your 6th and 9th houses, which deal with obstacles, work ethics, health, higher learning, and beliefs. The retrograde motion of Jupiter will require you to take a careful, slow, and deliberate approach to achieving success. During this retrograde period, career growth will be possible but not without effort and adaptation. Jupiter's transit through your 11th house represents gains, ambitions, and social networks. While the expansive nature of Jupiter usually brings growth, its retrograde movement indicates delays in recognition and slower progress than anticipated. This is especially true if you're seeking promotions or career advancements. You may have to adjust your approach, work harder, and deal with multiple rejections or critiques before your ideas are accepted. It's important to remember that setbacks in your career endeavors should not be disheartening but viewed as opportunities for learning and improvement. A critical point during this time is the role of networking in building professional connections. While you may encounter challenges in forming new alliances, this period allows for slow but steady relationship building, especially through patience and understanding others' viewpoints. Listening to advice from mentors or older colleagues will be crucial to navigating the career uncertainties caused by Jupiter's retrograde. Although your ideas may face resistance or require several revisions, remaining open to suggestions can eventually lead you in the right direction. Financial growth is possible but will demand careful planning and patience. Jupiter in your 11th house is known for bringing gains, but during its retrograde, those gains may come at a slower pace. If you rely on freelance work, commissions, or contractual agreements, there may be delays in payments. You may experience interruptions in the flow of money, especially if you're expecting funds from others. Extra care must be taken with financial transactions and contracts. However, this period could also be an opportunity for you to reevaluate your financial priorities. Jupiter's aspect on the 5th house encourages strategic investments in long-term assets. Rather than spending money on material items, you might be inclined to invest in experiences or causes that offer long-term benefits, such as education, travel, or charitable endeavors. Jupiter's retrograde in the 11th house suggests that if you're willing to take calculated risks, you may see slow but sustainable financial growth. This is not a time for impulsive financial decisions but a period for careful, deliberate action aimed at building long-term security. One of the more challenging aspects of Jupiter's retrograde in your 11th house relates to friendships and social connections. You may experience differences in opinions, misunderstandings, or even conflicts with friends and social groups. The expansive, social energy of Jupiter is somewhat restricted during its retrograde, making it harder to maintain harmony in relationships. If you're overly focused on personal ambitions, you may inadvertently strain friendships, as your priorities clash with others. Be cautious of letting ego or pride interfere with your relationships during this time. Jupiter's retrograde can cause an inflated sense of self, leading to unnecessary conflicts or isolation from social circles. If these tensions arise, it's important to step back and reassess the value of these relationships and find ways to heal any rifts that may occur. While certain friendships may be tested, this period can also serve as an opportunity for you to identify which connections are truly supportive and worth maintaining. The retrograde energy of Jupiter will also prompt you to reevaluate your long-term goals and ambitions. Jupiter governs higher learning and belief systems, and its presence in the 11th house signifies hopes and desires. During the retrograde, you may find yourself questioning your aspirations and seeking deeper meaning in your pursuits. This period offers an ideal opportunity for you to reassess what is truly important, whether that means redefining career objectives, financial goals, or personal desires. Jupiter's retrograde transit pushes you out of your comfort zone, urging you to explore new opportunities, whether through travel, education, or meeting new people. While stepping into the unknown may feel unsettling, it is necessary for growth during this period. With Jupiter retrograde ruling your 6th house of health, pay close attention to your physical and mental well-being. Retrograde transits often bring a period of reflection, and this is an excellent time to prioritize self-care. Stress and anxiety may arise, particularly around work and financial matters, but this transit offers an opportunity to develop a healthier lifestyle and coping mechanisms. In relationships, Jupiter's retrograde will cast a strong influence on partnerships, particularly if you're in a committed relationship. Saturn's retrograde in the 8th house may bring up hidden fears or insecurities in relationships, and Jupiter's aspect on the 7th house may lead you to reassess your commitments. This period could involve difficult conversations about the future of a partnership, but it also offers the potential for growth if both partners are willing to confront these challenges together. If you're single, this retrograde may introduce new romantic possibilities within your social circles. However, it is important to proceed slowly and thoughtfully, as retrograde energies can cause confusion or uncertainty regarding relationship goals. Overall, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus will demand patience, reflection, and resilience from you. Career growth, financial planning, and social connections may require more effort and a reevaluation of priorities, but with a thoughtful approach, this period can ultimately lead to long-term success. Balancing ambition with inner growth and self-care will be the key to navigating this challenging yet potentially rewarding transit. Leo individuals will experience significant focus on their professional life and responsibilities during Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus, as this transit occurs in their 10th house. The 10th house in astrology governs career, public image, and responsibilities, and with Jupiter ruling both the 5th house of creativity, talents, children, and the 8th house of transformation, shared resources, and life-changing events, this retrograde will impact multiple aspects of life, demanding patience, perseverance, and adaptability. The period is ideal for reflecting on your career path and strategizing long-term goals. While this transit allows you to learn more about success and how to enhance your professional standing, it might also present limitations. For instance, efforts toward promotions or career advancements could face delays, and even though you are working hard, the results may take time to materialize. It is important to stay humble, continue honing your skills, and remain patient as you prepare for future success. This retrograde period is a time to review and reassess your skill set and the way you present your work to the world, as the 10th house governs how others perceive your professional contributions. Jupiter, ruling the 5th house of talents and creativity, will ask you to focus on how you can connect your natural abilities with your professional life. You may need to upgrade the way you apply your talents and ensure that your professional skills align with the expectations of the broader world. As Jupiter also rules the 8th house, this retrograde signifies a major transformation in your approach to career-related matters, requiring you to draw on inner strength and confidence. Even if you feel uncertain or nervous about the steps you are taking, it is essential to trust your abilities and continue pushing forward. Jupiter retrograde in the 10th house, the natural house of career and responsibility, will also highlight financial and job-related duties. Taurus is a sign known for its practicality and patience, which means that financial growth and career stability may progress slowly but steadily. However, there may be delays in receiving monetary rewards or promotions during this period. For those in roles with freelance work, contract-based employment, or those seeking new jobs, the process of landing new opportunities could be slower, with multiple rounds of interviews or extensive evaluations before seeing tangible results. While these delays may feel frustrating, they are necessary to build a more solid foundation for future success. This transit will require you to focus on managing your financial responsibilities effectively. There may be times when you need to live within your means, especially if you face unexpected expenses related to your family or home. Jupiter's retrograde aspect to the 4th house of home, family, and property indicates that issues related to real estate, property, or family matters may arise, requiring your attention. This could involve anything from addressing small property concerns to larger matters such as buying or renovating a home. Jupiter's retrograde also aspects the 6th house, which deals with health and daily routines, so it will be crucial to pay attention to your physical well-being and incorporate a routine that supports long-term health. While this retrograde period is primarily focused on your career and financial responsibilities, relationships will also undergo scrutiny. With Saturn retrograde in the 7th house, which governs partnerships, relationships, and public dealings, this period may present challenges in your personal and professional connections. Jupiter's retrograde aspect to the 7th house suggests that new partnerships or friendships may require careful consideration, and trust issues may arise. If you are forming new connections, it's important to evaluate the other person's true intentions and personality before placing blind trust in them. In the realm of family and close relationships, there could be some secrecy or hidden dynamics at play, especially with Jupiter ruling the 8th house, which deals with hidden matters and transformation. You may feel that not everything is being revealed to you, and it will be important to navigate these relationships with care. Trust your intuition, and avoid making hasty decisions or judgments based on incomplete information. Jupiter's retrograde motion emphasizes the need for inner transformation and growth, especially as it rules the 8th house for Leo individuals. The 8th house represents significant life changes, shared resources, and deep personal transformations. With Rahu also transiting the 8th house, this retrograde period will urge you to embrace these transformative energies, allowing you to grow in ways that may feel uncomfortable but ultimately lead to personal evolution. You may experience unexpected shifts in your life path or be pushed to confront your fears and anxieties about the future. The key to navigating this period successfully is to trust the process of change, even if it feels daunting. Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus encourages a patient and methodical approach to these transformations, urging you to stay grounded while navigating uncertainty. Financially, this retrograde may push you to reevaluate your relationship with money and investments. With Jupiter ruling the 5th house of creativity and speculative ventures, this is an ideal time to reconsider long-term financial strategies and avoid impulsive investments. Instead, focus on building a strong financial foundation that will support your goals for the future. Overall, Jupiter retrograding in Taurus, affecting Leo's 10th house, offers a period of reflection, reevaluation, and transformation, particularly in the areas of career, responsibilities, relationships, and finances. While there may be delays and frustrations, this retrograde also presents an opportunity to build inner strength, refine your professional skills, and create a solid foundation for future success. By staying patient, methodical, and open to change, Leo individuals can emerge from this period stronger and more aligned with their long-term goals. For Virgo, during Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus, you will experience significant shifts, especially as Jupiter moves through your 9th house of higher learning, philosophy, and spiritual growth. As the ruler of your 4th and 7th houses, Jupiter impacts not only your sense of happiness and contentment, but also your relationships and partnerships. While retrograde, Jupiter encourages you to introspect and reevaluate these areas, pushing you to reflect on your belief systems, personal growth, and relationships. This period provides an opportunity for transformation, but not without its challenges. On the professional front, Jupiter's retrograde motion may bring delays in promotions or career advancements. You might find yourself putting in significant effort without immediately seeing the expected growth or rewards. However, this slowdown serves a purpose. It acts as a period of reflection where you're urged to analyze the factors that have been hindering your career progress. Whether it's your approach to work, communication with colleagues, or external obstacles, this period will help you identify the areas you need to improve. By addressing these challenges, you can better prepare for the future and unlock new opportunities once Jupiter goes direct again. This transit encourages you to realize your true potential and make timely decisions. Although progress may seem slow, The retrograde helps you develop a deeper understanding of your strengths and weaknesses. This newfound awareness will enable you to make more informed decisions regarding your career and future goals. While it may seem like a frustrating period, this introspection can set the foundation for long-term growth and success. Jupiter's placement in the 9th house during its retrograde highlights the need for you to reconsider your life path and belief systems. This house is associated with higher learning, philosophy, and spiritual growth, making it a time for you to reflect on your personal values and guiding principles. You may question your current beliefs or feel a deep urge to explore new philosophies that better align with your evolving sense of self. This period is ideal for revisiting any spiritual practices or engaging in religious activities, such as pilgrimages. You may find yourself drawn to places of worship or feel a renewed sense of connection to your faith. However, this spiritual journey may also challenge your existing views, especially if you encounter individuals with differing belief systems. The presence of Rahu in the 7th house further intensifies these differences, urging you to learn from diverse perspectives and embrace a more inclusive approach to spirituality and partnerships. As Jupiter retrogrades in the 9th house, its influence over the 7th house brings an emphasis on relationships and partnerships. You may face challenges in your personal relationships, particularly if you're unwilling to adapt or change. Jupiter's retrograde energy highlights the importance of working with others, even those with whom you may have differing viewpoints. This transit encourages collaboration and compromise, but it also demands careful attention to how your partnerships are managed. If you're in a relationship, this retrograde can bring underlying issues to light or areas that need improvement. You may need to confront your own behaviors and tendencies, particularly any overly critical or perfectionist traits, which could be affecting your relationships. Ketu's placement in the 1st house suggests that letting go of these tendencies will be crucial for personal and relational growth. By embracing flexibility and openness, you can experience a transformation in your relationships, leading to deeper connections and understanding with your partner. For single Virgos, Jupiter's retrograde in the 9th house, combined with Rahu in the 7th house, can signal the arrival of unconventional partnerships. This could involve meeting someone from a different culture, religion, or background, potentially challenging your preconceived notions about love and relationships. You may be hesitant at first, but embracing these differences can lead to personal growth and emotional fulfillment. Jupiter's aspect on the 1st house during its retrograde emphasizes self-reflection and personal transformation. You will need to reevaluate your approach to relationships, especially when it comes to accepting new people into your life. By broadening your horizons and stepping outside your comfort zone, you can forge meaningful connections that help you grow on both a personal and emotional level. Jupiter's rulership over your 4th house of happiness means that during its retrograde, you'll need to look inward for fulfillment. External sources of happiness, such as material possessions or career success, may feel lacking during this period. Instead, you're encouraged to cultivate inner contentment by practicing gratitude and focusing on the positive aspects of your life. This could involve spending more time with family, appreciating small moments of joy, or simply finding peace within yourself. With Jupiter in retrograde, this is also a time for you to reconsider your approach to finding happiness. Whether it's through unconventional relationships, spiritual practices, or personal growth, this period offers an opportunity to discover new paths to fulfillment that may have been overlooked before. If you're a student or involved in creative professions, Jupiter's retrograde in the 9th house can bring a focus on education and skill development. This is an ideal time for you to pursue further training, attend workshops, or enroll in courses that can enhance your knowledge and abilities. Travel may also play a role during this period, as the 9th house rules long-distance journeys. Whether for personal growth or professional development, you may find that travel offers you new perspectives and opportunities for expansion. Overall, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus will serve as a transformative period for Virgo. While it may bring delays and challenges, particularly in the areas of career growth and relationships, it also offers valuable lessons in self-reflection, personal development, and spiritual growth. By embracing the changes and reevaluating your belief systems, you can come out of this retrograde period with a stronger sense of purpose, improved relationships, and a deeper understanding of what truly brings you happiness. For Libra, Jupiter retrograding in Taurus, specifically in your 8th house, brings a transformative and introspective period that can deeply affect various facets of your life. With Jupiter governing your 6th house of health, daily routines, and your 3rd house of communication, siblings, and short-distance travel, this retrograde cycle invites significant inner growth, healing, and spiritual exploration. One of the key themes during this retrograde is healing, both physical and emotional. With Jupiter ruling your 6th house of health, chronic health issues may surface. While you may face periodic setbacks in healing, it is essential to focus on preventive health measures. Issues that have lingered or were previously ignored may now demand your attention, and this is a period for adopting a more disciplined approach to well-being. With Jupiter's presence in the 8th house, surgical treatments or medical procedures that were delayed or ineffective earlier could now resurface. Jupiter's expansive influence ensures that healing will come, but only after you confront these issues with patience and perseverance. On the emotional front, the 8th house, being a house of transformation, allows you to release deep-seated fears, traumas, and anxieties. Healing during this period may be slow, yet powerful. Embrace this transformative energy, as Jupiter's retrograde offers you an opportunity for emotional detoxification. The healing process may feel cyclical, with moments of relief followed by setbacks, but each step will contribute to your long-term personal growth. The retrograde of Jupiter in your 8th house encourages you to explore the hidden, mysterious aspects of life, including the occult, astrology, psychology, and spirituality. This is a potent time for you if you are interested in deep research, metaphysical studies, or psychic development. The retrograde amplifies your intuition, making it easier to access spiritual knowledge and understand the deeper truths of existence. You may feel an increasing curiosity about the unseen world, leading you to explore practices such as meditation, tarot, astrology, or other forms of divination. This is also an excellent time for investigating esoteric subjects or delving into personal research projects. As Jupiter is associated with wisdom and higher learning, this period is ideal for expanding your spiritual knowledge and psychic abilities. You may feel a stronger connection to your intuitive side, enabling you to receive insights that can guide you through this transformative phase. The 8th house also governs shared resources, inheritances, and sudden financial shifts. During this retrograde, you may encounter unexpected financial opportunities, such as insurance payouts, returns on investments, or inheritances. While these financial gains could provide much-needed support, it is essential for you to handle them cautiously. Jupiter's retrograde warns against impulsive financial decisions or unwise investments. A well-thought-out approach is necessary to ensure long-term financial stability. With Jupiter aspecting your 2nd house of personal wealth and savings, this transit may bring clarity regarding your finances. Take this time to review your financial strategies, ensuring they align with your long-term goals. Whether through collaborations, partnerships, or joint ventures, the retrograde offers you a chance to refine how money is earned and utilized, transforming both personal and shared resources. Jupiter retrograding in your 8th house often stirs up the dynamics of close relationships, especially those involving shared resources or deep emotional bonds. You could face moments of confusion or misunderstandings with a significant partner or spouse. This period demands clear communication and patience as unresolved issues may surface, challenging the stability of your relationship. However, this is also a time to strengthen emotional bonds by addressing underlying fears or insecurities. Jupiter's retrograde encourages you to confront issues within your partnerships, whether romantic or professional. This transit is a period of reevaluating the give and take in relationships, and while it may bring some temporary instability, it will ultimately lead to greater understanding and intimacy. Be prepared for intense emotional moments, but also recognize the potential for deep healing and transformation within your relationships. At its core, Jupiter's retrograde in the 8th house is about transformation, particularly in areas related to personal fears, secrets, and psychological blocks. You may find yourself revisiting past events or traumas that have left emotional scars. This is a time for deep self-reflection, allowing for profound personal growth. The retrograde energy facilitates the uncovering of hidden strengths and inner resources that were previously untapped. By embracing change and letting go of outdated belief systems or emotional baggage, you can emerge from this transit more empowered and self-aware. As Jupiter rules your 3rd house of communication, this retrograde may also bring an opportunity to improve your communication skills, especially in areas where sensitivity or vulnerability is involved. You may also experience increased frequent short journeys, long-distance travel, or journeys related to personal transformation and growth. Jupiter's rulership over your 6th house also suggests changes in daily routines. Rahu's presence in your 6th house during this period emphasizes sudden shifts in work schedules or daily activities. You may experience disruptions in your routine, leading to a sense of overwhelm as you juggle responsibilities. This retrograde is a reminder to remain adaptable and approach day-to-day tasks with patience and mindfulness. During this time, activities that focus on physical and emotional healing, such as yoga, meditation, or self-care routines, will be particularly beneficial. These practices will help ease the challenges posed by fluctuating energy levels and provide a sense of balance amidst the transformations occurring on a deeper level. Overall, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus brings a potent mix of spiritual growth, financial transformation, and emotional healing for you. This period demands patience and introspection, allowing for the resolution of hidden fears, the cultivation of inner resources, and the deepening of spiritual awareness. While health issues and emotional blocks may surface, this transit ultimately leads to greater self-awareness, healing, and empowerment. This is the time to embrace change, focus on personal development, and cultivate a deeper understanding of the unseen aspects of life. For Scorpio, Jupiter's retrograde transit in Taurus through the 7th house marks a transformative phase, offering both growth opportunities and challenges, particularly in personal relationships, business partnerships, and contractual matters. The retrograde period urges you to reflect, reassess, and recalibrate various aspects of your life, focusing on how you relate to others, manage your business, and align your personal values with those of others. As Jupiter rules the 2nd and 5th houses in your chart, its retrograde motion highlights areas like finances, family matters, and creative pursuits, adding layers of complexity to your relationships and work life. In terms of business, Jupiter's retrograde in the 7th house can delay expansions or create obstacles, particularly if you are self-employed or involved in a business partnership. You may find yourself facing challenges due to miscommunication with team members or misunderstandings about strategic decisions. The lack of clarity can create tension, but this is a period that calls for introspection. Rather than becoming frustrated, take this time to identify any loopholes or weaknesses in your business plans. A thorough review of your strategies and operations will help you understand the areas that need improvement. While the retrograde might slow things down, it's essential to remember that this period encourages growth. You're not meant to retreat but to evolve. If a particular business deal or project isn't moving forward, consider whether you're settling for security instead of aiming higher. Jupiter retrograde can push you out of your comfort zone, signaling that there's a greater opportunity ahead. It's time to expand your profile and step into a larger, more ambitious role. Apply for positions that challenge you and seek out partnerships that align with your long-term goals, rather than short-term comfort. Jupiter's retrograde through the 7th house can also impact your relationships, particularly in the realm of marriage and long-term partnerships. For those looking to get married, delays may arise as finding the right match becomes challenging. You may feel that prospective partners don't meet your expectations or align with your values. However, this isn't necessarily a negative thing. The retrograde period encourages you to review your relationship goals and determine what truly matters to you in a partner. It's a time for deep introspection about the kind of person you want to share your life with and the values that are most important to you. For those in committed relationships, issues of intimacy and commitment may come to the surface. A lack of emotional connection could create distance between you and your partner, but this retrograde is also an opportunity to renew and strengthen your bond. By spending quality time together, engaging in open and honest conversations, and working to build mutual understanding, you can navigate the challenges that arise during this time. The retrograde invites you to review the dynamics of your relationship and see where adjustments are needed, especially regarding emotional needs and expectations. This transit is also an ideal time to revisit old connections, whether in business or personal life. You may find that reconnecting with former colleagues, friends, or even past lovers offers valuable insights and opportunities for growth. However, be cautious, as this period can also bring unresolved issues from the past to the forefront, requiring you to address them head-on. Jupiter retrograde helps you see the underlying patterns in your relationships, urging you to mend what is broken or walk away if necessary. You may also encounter unconventional relationships during this transit. Whether it's a cultural disparity or a foreign partner, Jupiter retrograde can introduce unique and unexpected relationship dynamics. If you're single, this period might present you with a partner who has experienced a difficult past. It's essential to stay open-minded and flexible, as these relationships can bring profound personal growth, even if they seem unusual at first. In the realm of business and legal contracts, Jupiter retrograde in the 7th house urges you to proceed with caution. Any agreements you enter into during this period should be carefully reviewed, especially concerning critical clauses like termination and renewal provisions. Pay special attention to property-related contracts, as Saturn's influence can create obstacles or delays. This is a time to revisit existing contracts and ensure that all terms align with your current needs and future goals. Jupiter's retrograde aspect on the 3rd and 11th houses indicates a focus on collaboration and communication. If you've been working on a team project or engaging with a network of colleagues, this is the time to go back and strengthen those ties. Foster harmony in your work relationships by having honest conversations and addressing any lingering tensions. The goal during this retrograde is to create a better, more balanced atmosphere between you and your colleagues, ensuring that everyone is aligned with the same objectives. Beyond external relationships, Jupiter retrograde also has a profound impact on your inner growth. As Jupiter aspects the 1st house from its position in the 7th, this period offers you an opportunity to develop your internal characteristics. While Jupiter's direct motion might have you focusing on outward appearances and projecting confidence, its retrograde encourages you to look inward. You may find yourself becoming more generous, hardworking, and introspective during this time, as the sign of Taurus emphasizes determination and resilience. Creativity plays a significant role in your personal fulfillment during this transit. Don't ignore your creative impulses. Whether it's a hobby, a business venture, or an artistic pursuit, focusing on what brings you joy will help you navigate the emotional challenges presented by this retrograde. Rahu's influence in the 5th house might create some emotional struggles, but these are rooted in your quest for happiness. Pursue your creative passions, and don't let external criticism or doubts deter you from doing what you love. Overall, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus, particularly in Scorpio's 7th house, is a time of reflection, reassessment, and growth. While delays and challenges may surface, especially in business, relationships, and legal matters, the retrograde encourages you to look beyond surface-level obstacles and aim for deeper personal and professional growth. For Sagittarius, when Jupiter retrogrades in the 6th house, it brings a mixed bag of opportunities, challenges, and lessons. The 6th house governs health, daily routines, conflicts, and competition, and Jupiter's retrograde motion through this house invites you to reevaluate these aspects of your life. Since Jupiter rules your 1st house of self and 4th house of home, emotional foundation, its retrograde in the 6th house also ties into personal growth, emotional well-being, and daily responsibilities. One of the most significant effects of Jupiter's retrograde in the 6th house is on your daily routines. You may face disruptions that prevent you from maintaining a consistent schedule. Unexpected challenges may arise, throwing your well-planned routines off balance. For instance, you may encounter obstacles in your work environment that force you to rethink how you approach your tasks. Be prepared for sudden changes that require flexibility, as trying to rigidly stick to your old ways may result in frustration. This is a period where adaptability is key. Financial decisions also require extra caution during this transit. With Jupiter ruling your 1st house of self, any impulsive financial choices may backfire. You may feel the urge to invest or make big financial moves, but Jupiter retrograde could cloud your judgment, leading to missteps. It's crucial to avoid rash decisions, especially if they are driven by ego or the need to prove something to others. Instead, take a step back, analyze your options thoroughly, and seek advice if necessary. This is a time for patience and reflection in financial matters. At work, the retrograde Jupiter in the 6th house can create tensions with colleagues. You may face ego clashes or disagreements that stem from a rigid approach to work or an unwillingness to compromise. This can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts with team members. To navigate these challenges, it's essential to focus on clear communication and avoid sharing sensitive information with others unless absolutely necessary. Miscommunication could lead to further complications, so staying mindful of how you interact with your colleagues is critical. Health is another prominent focus during this transit. Jupiter's retrograde in the 6th house may cause you to indulge in unhealthy habits, such as eating junk food or neglecting your physical well-being. There may also be a tendency to develop allergies or sensitivities during this time, so paying attention to your diet is essential. Small, recurring health issues could arise, and these may take longer to heal due to the retrograde motion. It's important to take preventive measures and focus on maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Stress from work or competition may exacerbate health concerns, so finding ways to manage stress effectively is crucial. Jupiter's influence on the 6th house also brings a focus on competition, whether in your career or personal life. You may find yourself preparing for a test or competition of some kind, whether it's a professional exam, a promotion, or a challenging project. This period tests your patience and dedication, and while it may feel like an uphill battle, perseverance will ultimately lead to victory. The key to success is maintaining focus and not doubting your abilities. Stay committed to your goals, and remember that setbacks are part of the journey. Your determination will be rewarded in due time. On a deeper level, this transit may bring emotional challenges related to your home and family life. Jupiter rules your 4th house of domestic matters, and with Rahu currently transiting your 4th house, you may feel emotionally stuck or face conflicts within your family. There may be unresolved issues with mother or a nurturing figure or someone close to you, and this retrograde period could bring these matters to the forefront. Confrontations or difficult discussions may be necessary to resolve lingering tensions. However, approach these situations with patience and a calm mindset to avoid escalating conflicts further. Jupiter's retrograde aspect to the 10th house of career and 2nd house of finances highlights the impact of this transit on your professional life. The 10th house, where Ketu is transiting, signifies that you may experience complexities at work, especially related to authority figures or your career path. There could be increased pressure or tasks that test your patience and problem-solving abilities. If you are in a temporary or contract-based job, you may find yourself reevaluating your position and seeking new opportunities. However, these opportunities may require you to adapt and think outside the box. As Jupiter also aspects your second house of finances, it emphasizes the importance of managing your money wisely. While there may be opportunities to improve your savings or wealth, they may come with challenges or delays. Patience and careful planning are required, and it's important not to take unnecessary risks with your finances. Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus, a fixed sign, may make you feel stuck in certain areas of life. This stagnation could lead to frustration, but it's also an opportunity to reassess your beliefs and values. You may need to adjust your mindset and become more flexible in how you approach problems. Rather than resisting change, embrace it as a chance to grow and learn. Overall, Jupiter retrograding through the 6th house for Sagittarius individuals presents challenges and opportunities for growth. While there may be obstacles in your daily routines, finances, and work environment, this period also encourages you to reevaluate your approach to these areas. By staying flexible, patient, and committed to your goals, you can navigate the retrograde's challenges and come out stronger on the other side. For Capricorn, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus takes place in the 5th house. Jupiter, ruling the 3rd and 12th houses, holds significant influence over communication, learning, subconscious thoughts, and losses. This retrograde will focus on personal growth, decision-making, relationships, and creativity. It brings a blend of opportunities for reflection and caution, with an emphasis on revisiting past lessons and refining approaches to important aspects of life. During this period, Capricorns will find themselves implementing their ideas with enthusiasm in various endeavors, particularly related to creativity, learning, or even speculative ventures like investments. Jupiter in the 5th house energizes creative self-expression and gives a boost to leadership qualities, encouraging you to aim higher and take on more responsibilities. However, due to Jupiter's retrograde motion, there is a tendency for overconfidence and rash decision-making. Taking aggressive decisions without proper reflection could lead to undesirable outcomes. You may feel compelled to push forward assertively, but it's important to avoid hasty judgments. The key here is to balance ambition with calculated risks and focus on long-term benefits rather than short-term gains. With Jupiter retrograding in the 5th house, there could be some challenges in personal relationships, particularly in romantic partnerships. Misunderstandings or lack of alignment with your partner's goals and aspirations may cause friction. You'll need to make extra effort to nurture your relationships by being attentive to your partner's needs. This is not the time to be absorbed in your own ambitions to the extent that you neglect the emotional needs of those close to you. Instead, take the opportunity to spend quality time with your partner and children, fostering a deeper connection. Healing old rifts and resolving any lingering emotional issues will help fortify your relationships during this period. Jupiter's retrograde in the 5th house also signals a period for introspection and creativity. If you're feeling blocked in your creative pursuits or not seeing the results you anticipated, now is the time to review your strategies. You may find inspiration by revisiting old projects or ideas that you've set aside. The 5th house also governs speculative ventures, so this retrograde could prompt you to rethink your financial strategies, especially investments. It's a good time to assess what has worked in the past and make refinements, rather than jumping into new ventures. The key is thoughtful reflection and cautious planning, rather than impulsive actions. Jupiter's connection to the 3rd house of skills and efforts means this period will emphasize reviewing and strengthening your expertise. You are likely to revisit skills you've already learned and enhance them, making significant strides in your professional growth. Whether you're a student or someone already well-versed in a particular skill, this retrograde phase is about deepening your knowledge and refining your abilities. Continuous learning will be the cornerstone of your success during this time. For students, this is an ideal period for concentrated study, while professionals can focus on advancing their skills, which will be highly rewarding for their careers. Since Jupiter also rules the 12th house of the subconscious mind, the retrograde may bring up unresolved issues from the past. Old memories or psychological blocks could resurface, particularly those that have hindered your personal growth or happiness. This is a time for self-healing, where you need to address these inner conflicts and let go of limiting beliefs that no longer serve you. By confronting and clearing these blocks, you can emerge from this period with a renewed sense of confidence and self-worth. Pay attention to your emotional well-being and make space for healing, either through meditation, therapy, or simply spending time in introspection. With Rahu transiting the 3rd house, communication could become a source of conflict. Misunderstandings, especially with siblings or neighbors, may arise. Be mindful of how you express your thoughts, as impulsive words could escalate situations unnecessarily. You may also experience minor health issues related to the respiratory system, so take extra care of your well-being. It's advisable to avoid unnecessary arguments and focus on maintaining harmony in your immediate environment. This retrograde period requires you to work on your productivity and engage in activities that truly bring you joy, as it will positively affect your mental and physical health. Saturn's retrograde in the second house, combined with Jupiter's retrograde in the fifth house, emphasizes themes around family, children, and values. If you've been facing challenges in starting a family, this period may prompt you to explore alternative options like adoption or fertility treatments. For those with children, there could be concerns around their health or well-being. It may require you to adopt a different parenting style, or you might have to spend time away from them, resulting in emotional distance. Jupiter retrograde can also bring unresolved issues with your children to the forefront, providing a chance for healing and resolution. It's a time to reflect on your role as a parent and consider what changes might be necessary for the growth and happiness of your family. In romantic relationships, Jupiter's retrograde in the fifth house can deepen the bond with your partner, pushing you to explore each other's values and emotional needs. You may have more meaningful conversations and assess whether your relationship is truly compatible on a deeper level. If it's not, this retrograde could bring about a breakup or separation. On the flip side, this period might also open the door to new romantic opportunities, albeit in unconventional ways. Healing past wounds will play a crucial role during this time, as Jupiter's 12th house influence suggests the return of old issues or unresolved feelings that need closure. Overall, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus for Capricorn individuals is a time for deep reflection, personal growth, and creative reassessment. It's a period to refine your strategies, heal past wounds, and strengthen relationships, all while being cautious of impulsive decisions and communication challenges. For Aquarius, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus brings a period of introspection and reconsideration, primarily in areas relating to home, family, finances, and personal happiness. Jupiter, the ruler of the second house of finances and family values and the 11th house of gains, friendships, and aspirations, retrograding in the 4th house of home, emotional security, and roots, highlights issues around stability, emotional fulfillment, and the reconstruction of both internal and external foundations. During this retrograde period, you may experience dissatisfaction and a lack of fulfillment in your personal relationships. Emotional disconnection or misunderstandings with family members, especially involving your sense of commitment and responsibility, could arise. This could be a time when you feel isolated or unable to maintain the integrity needed to preserve harmony in your relationships, both at home and at work. The 4th house, being the house of emotional security, makes this transit particularly focused on your need for inner peace, which might be hard to attain during Jupiter's retrograde. A sense of unease or conflict within the home environment can disturb your mental peace, and your career might also be impacted by this emotional turmoil, leading to reduced productivity and stability. Professionally, there is a need to reassess your commitment to ongoing projects. You may find that you've given promises regarding deadlines or outcomes that you cannot fulfill in the expected timeline, leading to delays or dissatisfaction from others. It's important to practice transparency and avoid overpromising. This period demands patience and a rethinking of your approach, especially in terms of financial investments in property or other assets like gold, as results may be delayed or less profitable than expected. Jupiter's retrograde will bring to light any hidden financial dealings or investments you have made without consulting anyone. This secrecy could lead to strained relationships. The 4th house represents not only your emotional foundation but also your physical home, and issues relating to property investments or renovations could surface during this time. You might face delays in the sale or purchase of property, and financial commitments related to home improvement may not proceed as smoothly as anticipated. This transit invites you to reflect on how your financial decisions affect your personal relationships. Whether it's a lack of communication or an avoidance of discussing financial plans with your family, these actions could lead to tension. It's important to foster open communication and rebuild trust in your relationships during this time, especially as Rahu's transit in the 2nd house could heighten uncertainty around family finances and personal values. One of the central themes of this Jupiter retrograde in the 4th house is the reconstruction of both your home and your emotional life. You may feel a strong desire to make your home more comfortable, luxurious, or secure. This could manifest in physical changes, such as renovations or redecorating, or emotional changes, such as trying to resolve long-standing family issues. This transit encourages you to focus on creating an environment that offers both physical and emotional comfort. You may find yourself drawn to exploring your cultural heritage or reconnecting with your roots. Jupiter's retrograde prompts you to reflect on where you come from, what gives you a sense of belonging, and how your family values have shaped your life. If you are living far from your hometown or country of birth, this period might evoke a strong sense of nostalgia or the desire to reconnect with your past. Jupiter's influence could also push you to resolve unresolved emotional baggage related to family dynamics, particularly with a maternal figure. Jupiter, ruling the 11th house of gains and aspirations, now retrogrades in your 4th house, shifting focus from external achievements to internal fulfillment. This period is an invitation to seek emotional and spiritual growth rather than chasing outward success. You may find that material gains or social status do not provide the happiness you're seeking. Instead, the retrograde period calls for self-reflection, meditation, and inner healing. You might spend more time with spiritual books or engage in practices that nourish your inner world. This is a time for you to question what truly brings you happiness, whether it's wealth, family, or emotional contentment, and to find peace within yourself. The transit suggests that if you can achieve inner growth, you'll be able to navigate external challenges with greater ease and efficiency when Jupiter resumes its direct motion. Jupiter's retrograde influence may lead to some health issues concerning the head area, especially if you have pre-existing conditions. It's important to prioritize your health during this time, paying attention to any signs of discomfort in these areas. This retrograde also brings unresolved emotional issues to the surface, particularly those relating to childhood or past family conflicts. If you have experienced trauma or unresolved issues with your mother or a maternal figure, these feelings may come to the forefront during this period. Addressing these emotions and seeking closure will be crucial for your emotional well-being. With Jupiter retrograding in the fixed sign of Taurus, along with Saturn's retrograde influence in your 1st house, there may be a feeling that your progress, particularly in career matters, is slow or stagnating. It could feel like the finish line for any goals or projects is far off. However, this retrograde period is an opportunity to reevaluate your plans and ensure that your foundation is strong. Rather than pushing forward recklessly, take this time to refine your approach and stabilize your efforts. Overall, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus in the 4th house for Aquarius brings a period of reflection and reassessment, especially regarding emotional security, family dynamics, and financial stability. Although challenges may arise, particularly in relationships and career, this period offers a valuable opportunity to focus on internal growth and rebuilding a strong emotional and financial foundation. For Pisces, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus falls in the 3rd house. Jupiter rules the 1st house of self and the 10th house of career, making this transit highly significant for personal development, communication, and professional responsibilities. As Jupiter retrogrades, it invites Pisces to reassess their approach to work, relationships, and decision-making, while highlighting the importance of self-effort and careful planning. During this retrograde, you may find yourself facing challenges in your career due to a lazy or complacent approach towards responsibilities. Jupiter, ruling your 10th house of career and public image, emphasizes the need to take your duties seriously. Any negligence or passive behavior could result in setbacks or missed opportunities, leading to dissatisfaction or conflict in the workplace. The retrograde energy encourages you to rethink your strategies, especially if you've been lazy or making decisions without much thought. There is a strong possibility that you'll need to reconsider your business strategies and career path. If you've been ignoring advice from colleagues or superiors, now is the time to listen and integrate their suggestions into your planning. Ignoring external input could lead to wrong decisions, ultimately resulting in disputes or unfavorable situations, both professionally and personally. The retrograde period is an opportunity to reassess your actions, refine your approach, and ensure that you're on the right track. This period may feel like you're being forced to slow down, but it's essential to use this time wisely to review your decisions and strategies. The 3rd house governs communication, siblings, and short-distance travel, making this transit pivotal for how you express yourself and relate to others. Jupiter's retrograde may highlight areas where communication has broken down or become ineffective, especially in professional settings. Clear, honest, and concise communication is vital during this time. You may find that half of your challenges could be resolved simply by improving how you convey your ideas and feelings. Whether at work or in personal relationships, it is important to articulate your thoughts carefully and be open to feedback. This period also emphasizes reconnecting with siblings or neighbors. If there have been unresolved issues or a growing distance with your younger siblings, Jupiter's retrograde is the time to mend those relationships. Rebuilding trust and improving communication with close family members could bring harmony back into your personal life, something that is crucial during this time of introspection. With Jupiter retrograding in your 3rd house, this is a time to reconsider your ambitions and how you take initiative. This period brings a second chance for you to correct past mistakes or revisit projects that didn't succeed earlier. Whether it's a professional endeavor or a personal ambition, you're being given an opportunity to refine your efforts and approach things differently. However, it's crucial to exercise patience and not rush into decisions, as Rahu's presence in your first house could tempt you to seek shortcuts or make impulsive choices. You need to resist the urge to act hastily and focus on thoughtful planning and self-discipline. With Rahu in your first house and Jupiter retrograding in the third, there's a heightened possibility of mental exhaustion. The third house is connected to mental activity, and during this period, you may feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of thoughts, particularly around money, family, and career decisions. Jupiter's expansive nature can sometimes make it difficult to focus on the finer details, but during this retrograde, you'll need to pay extra attention to the small aspects of your plans. Rahu's influence can also make you prone to overambition, driving you to take risks or make decisions without fully thinking them through. This retrograde warns against making rash decisions, especially regarding career and financial matters. Slowing down and reassessing your approach will prevent costly mistakes and ensure that you are making informed decisions that align with your long-term goals. As Jupiter rules your 10th house of career, this retrograde is an ideal time to reflect on your current job or professional role. You may begin to question whether your career path is truly fulfilling or if it's time for a change. Work may feel slow, and progress might be frustratingly delayed during this period, but this shouldn't deter you from putting in the effort. Jupiter retrograde requires that you exert more energy to see results, particularly in professional endeavors. If you've been contemplating a career shift or want to improve a particular skill, this is the time to take small but steady steps toward that goal. If you're running your own business or working independently, this retrograde offers a chance to rethink your strategies and make necessary adjustments. Whether it's how you communicate with clients or the way you structure your business plans, this period calls for a reevaluation of how you operate. Don't shy away from making changes, but be cautious in how you implement them. The third house is associated with expanding your connections, whether through social media, local community involvement, or professional networking. If you've been working on a project that requires publicity or community support, this retrograde could provide a second chance to promote yourself or your work. You may have missed opportunities in the past, but now you're given the chance to correct that and move forward. Travel, particularly short-distance travel, may also play a role during this time. Whether it's for work or leisure, you may find yourself revisiting places you've been before. This could offer a sense of nostalgia or the opportunity to reflect on past experiences and how they've shaped your current path. Traveling could also help you reconnect with old friends or colleagues, further strengthening your network. While external success is important, this transit encourages you to find happiness within. Reconnecting with old friends, revisiting hobbies, or engaging in activities that bring you joy will help cultivate a sense of inner peace. Overall, Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus for Pisces brings challenges and opportunities for growth, particularly in communication, decision-making, and career. This period invites you to slow down, reflect, and reconsider your approach to work and relationships, ensuring that you move forward with greater clarity and purpose. As we wrap up this transit episode, remember that these insights are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. If you'd like more personalized predictions for their specific zodiac sign or have any questions about their astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If they found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more astrology insights. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so they never miss an update. Thank they once again for joining us, and we eagerly anticipate sharing more astrological wisdom with they in the future. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.